BBN, what's good? Kentucky football is in a very tricky place right now. On the verge of basketball season starting. We took a tough loss to Vandy. Like we took a loss to Vandy at a time where we just couldn't take a loss. But the simple fact is basketball season's right there. So what I did is please tell me right off the bat. I named five different people, five different styles of people, and you let me know in the comments what number you are, or if you don't hear your number, please leave in the comments on what it is your reason is. So reason number one, this is person number one. You had one foot out the door, waiting for basketball season anyway. So it doesn't really matter what really happened. You just been waiting for basketball season, and now basketball season is pretty much here. And now you're pretty much like, okay, football, whatever, take a back seat to basketball. Let's get it for the basketball team with Coach Pope and his team. The second person, you're just tired of the inconsistency of Kentucky football. One week we're up, we're playing the best football that we possibly can, and then we come out and then we just flat out just act like we didn't play. We don't know how to play football against Vandy with 12 penalties for 106 yards. We just act like we didn't have a clue of what to do out there. And because of that, you just like, you know what? I'm tired of putting my time and energy into the football team, and this is exactly what we're going to get. As soon as we go high, the football team goes low, and this is where we find ourselves just somewhere in like, okay, Kentucky's probably at the bottom of the SEC right now behind Mississippi State. Number three, you completely just don't trust Stoops. You just don't believe in his mindset, his way of coaching, his way of leading, his you know, just everything about Coach Stoops. You just don't believe in no more, and because of that, you're just saying enough of football. Bring on basketball, and let's just get this thing started. And I can understand that too. It's a lot of people out there who have already verbally said, as long as Stoops is there, I'm done with Kentucky football. So that's a reflection of those guys are just saying, look, I love Kentucky football, but as long as Coach Pope is, long as Coach Stoop is still the coach in the program, I want nothing else to do with these guys. And and that's bad because I don't, like, me personally, I don't really see Stoops leaving anytime soon. Maybe he'll decide, for sure in the offseason to maybe go somewhere else. I don't know that, but a lot of people really feel that way. So if you're number three and you just completely don't believe in Stoops and his programs and what he can do, and the direction where he can take Kentucky, make sure you leave that comment down. Number four, you were just killing time and waiting for Kentucky basketball to begin. And see, that's another thing that makes this loss so bad, is because Friday night we had such a good time welcoming in with the Big Blue Madness and Kentucky Cats and all of this that goes along to actually, starting basketball season. Because we know once we get to Big Blue Madness, then it's basketball season is right around the corner, and a lot of people are just excited about that. And you just like, hey, I just been killing time. Our football team is gonna be what the football team is, and now that basketball season's here, it's no need for me to waste any more of my time with the football team because of maybe you have the same feelings as the number two person. It's just you're just tired of the inconsistency of what Kentucky football is all about, and because of that, you just said, "Look, I'm checking out, and I'm just waiting back and sitting. I'm sitting back, and I'm just waiting for the for basketball season to just kick in full speed, and it will soon. Once we have our blue and white game and like stuff like that, basketball season's in the house, and I think a lot of people are waiting for that. And maybe you're number four, and maybe that's you right there. Um, or maybe you're person number five. And I know I'm going to get some. I know I'm going to get a lot of number fives as well too. Um, I hate how the team is playing, um, and I'll move to basketball season when football season is over. I know it's going to be some people out there who really truly feel that way. There's people out there who really are some straight up diehard Kentucky football fans. So I didn't really read that correctly, so I'm gonna try to read that again. Sometimes I can't read my own writing, but you love how the team. You hate how the team is playing ball, but you are moved to basketball when football season is over. So that's person number five. You just gonna just keep riding with the team, and you hate what they're doing. You hate how they playing. You can't. I mean, you despise how we played against Vandy. You hate we lost against Vandy, but it's still something inside of you that is just saying like, I'm just gonna just hold on, and just maybe something positive will come out of the rest of the season. Maybe we'll find a way to get 6 wins and get back to a bowl game again. Maybe we'll go on the road and beat Florida. Maybe we'll beat Auburn at home. Maybe we might slip up and maybe beat maybe Tennessee on the road. You're just holding on to something, and you're just believing that the possibility of something special or something big again, like beating Ole Miss, would be something that's on the horizon. So you're not ready to physically or mentally let go of the football season just to move on to basketball. So maybe that's you. So you're number five. So let me recap. Number one is you had 1 foot out the door waiting for basketball. Two, you're tired of the inconsistency of the football team. Three, you completely don't believe in Stoops. Four, you were just killing time until basketball season started. Five, you hate how the team is playing, but you're not ready to throw in the towel just yet, and you'll get to basketball season as soon as football season ends. Or we could just go with the other because it's something on this list that describes you particularly that maybe that doesn't fall into these categories of how you feel about Kentucky football. So please, in the comments, please leave those comments down below and let me know where you at and where what number you are, or if you're other, please tell me exactly what the other is. But I mean, we all sat here after the loss against Vandy, and it was crazy because people was just like, rightfully so, fans are angry. Fans are angry of the product. Once again, Kentucky football has went into a bye week, and we couldn't even be ready to play football. We couldn't even get ourselves together where we couldn't be disciplined enough to not even get 12 penalties. Like, that's crazy. 12 penalties coming off a bye, like, that is completely undisciplined. And I never like to call out coaches, and I never like to do that. But not having your players ready, but also we as fans, we can't just look at Stoops and say, Stoops, this is your fault. We got a class. We have a class that's older. The class is older. These guys should know better. These players have got to take responsibilities. They have got to hold each other accountable. It's like all these penalties are happening, and nobody in the huddle is saying, get this together. Like, stop messing up. And nobody seemed to want to take that leadership role and says enough is enough. Like, what the freak? I even said, even during the ball game, is that we need to call timeout, and Stoops just need to lay into these guys. Nope, didn't lay into them, and we kept getting the penalties, and he was just sat on the sideline and just look. Our guys, everybody for the Kentucky football program has to take full responsibilities for that performance on Saturday. They do. Everyone has to take responsibility for that loss. And if they don't, then we're never going to move past, then we're never going to move forward in where we would like to be at as a program until we get things together. And I think going into the Florida game, Florida took Tennessee to overtime at Tennessee. You don't think Florida is not going to be ready for Kentucky to come in? You don't think Florida don't want to beat Kentucky? You don't think Florida's not going to look at that film against Vandy and says, we getting ready to boat race Kentucky? Things have got to happen, man. Now, something I was thinking about earlier. Maybe Kentucky just plays better on the road. Maybe we're just a better road team than anything. And the more we can be on the road, the better chances that we are. I mean, if I'm correct, we are 1-0 on the road this year because we went to Ole Miss, which is our first road game. Then we came back with a bye, so we're 1-0 on the road. Can we be 2-0 on the road? Maybe we should just spend the rest of the season on the road and see how that all turns out. But other than that, like, just losing, that was a bad time. Everybody had their mind kind of locked in and ready to go for Big Blue Madness, but still in the back of their mind, most fans were saying, Rule, I'm really happy about Big Blue Madness, but guess what? We got a football game tomorrow night. We got a football game that we got to win, that we can't afford to lose. And we did that. We went out and just didn't play well at all. So what's going to happen, man? Where's our Kentucky Wildcats headed once again? And if you just got to say to yourself, can they right the ship? After losing to Vandy, you just say to yourself, what ship? That ship sailed a long time ago. And a lot of people probably feel like that. People probably feel like, look, I'm the other. The ship has gone. Like, I have no faith in the football team. Mark Stoops, the players, the coaches, nobody. I don't want to hear the hype. I don't want to hear what's going on. I don't want to hear who can be a superstar. I don't want to hear anything. Until you show me that you can go out here on the field and put together some good quality wins over and over again, then don't talk to me, because I'm not listening to the hype. Now, for me, I love when football season's on the horizon. On the horizon, I love when basketball season's on the horizon. But for me, I don't buy into all what the hype is going to be and what everything is supposed to be. Show me now. I get it now. As a fan, I get excited. I look forward to my basketball team going out here and doing some things. I look forward to seeing Coach Pope and his new in the offense and actually just running people off the floor. I look forward to all of that. But go out there and show me what you're going to do. Give me your reason to go rah, rah, rah on a regular basis. That's what I'm looking for. That don't mean I don't care about the teams. That don't mean that I don't care about who we necessarily recruiting. That's why I don't follow recruiting. Because until you come in here, until you show me something, then see, here's the thing about our Kentucky basketball team. I can get excited about these guys because these guys, they've already been playing college basketball. They already know how to play the game of basketball. Of course they're not, none of them has been at a team like Kentucky, but most colleges, pretty much all colleges in America is not like Kentucky. So let's just call it what it is. My point is this. I don't get caught up in a lot of the hype. Just show me what you're going to do. That's all I want you to do. Just show me what you're going to do out there on the field, out there on the basketball court, and then let's do our rah-rahs. That's just kind of person I am. So I don't buy into the hype, whatever. I get excited for my team, of course. I get excited when football season's on the horizon. I get excited when basketball season's coming. Of course, it's my team. I love them. But let's go out there and let's do something. Because it's been a while since our programs have been at the top in their games. So it's time to get back there this year for our Kentucky Wildcats. If we do, we'll be all right. But anyway, for football, we got to be consistent. Stoops he's got to take that responsibility. Our players have got to take their responsibilities. And if they can figure that out, if they can get that together, maybe some of those, the ones, maybe the twos, maybe the threes might get on board a little bit. Maybe even the fours would like it. And the fives, they're going to stick around and they're going to bring more people with them. So what's the final destination for Kentucky football this year? How are they going to close out these last few games? Are they going to play like they really mean it? Are they going to go out there and say, well, we lost to Vandy, let's lay down for the year? I can't wait to see what happens the rest of the remainder of the year. I just hope we go down to Florida and beat it and win this ball game. Let's go beat Florida, for real. That's what we want to see. We want to see that it still matters, because it matters to us. Does it matter to them? That is still to be seen.